it, Hollywood. 1, 2, 3. Hey, everybody. Doug Fields here with Josh and Jana.
Josh and his email.
Matt.
What's up, everybody?
And
somebody's got a new job.
this is the last podcast.
This is a
Somebody's gotta
memorial
work.
podcast.
It's the last podcast.
Last one, guys. This
Ever.
No.
Did you see how Janet was so excited with that?
Is it. She was a little bit too
Last
excited, I
podcast
think.
of 2007.
Yes, we will be back in the new year. Maybe.
We could do it next. I'm in town next week. I'm not in town.
Really?
I leave on the
You can
30th.
Skype me in. I'll be in Idaho.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. You could Skype me in, too. I'll be about 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I'll be here.
You just busy?
Yeah, very busy.
Yeah.
Christmasing.
Josh's got a new job. Do we want to talk about that?
My birthday is next week. So
Mine
I'm
is
very...
too. When's your birthday?
28th.
Oh, mine's 30th.
You guys
Really?
missed my
He
birthday.
just had his.
Matt was
Matt,
the 16th.
too. Man, sweet 16.
Yeah, the 4 people in this room, only Brazel and Fields managed to say something.
What about just right now?
Thank you.
Jana's the one who
I
used to
know.
remind me of when my birthday was.
I don't think I honestly
she
knew
didn't
when your
even
birthday
say a
was.
Hey,
single
well, you guys,
thing.
Merry Christmas,
I
Jana.
I want to add it to my
I
calendar.
prefer
Any
Happy
Christmas
Hanukkah.
traditions?
Traditions?
Traditious.
Ah.
Got this cookie plate.
First mistake ever, huh? Well, you guys jumped on that. Traditions.
Traditions.
I wasn't sure if you were
All
talking
right.
about dishes or just delicious
Okay.
Or
Either way,
or traditions.
what's your favorite traditions?
I don't know if I have
Josh,
a
are you
favorite.
blogging
We
right
wear
now?
Pajamas on Christmas Eve. You know, the whole family gets new Christmas pajamas.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
You're
find
finding out?
What?
Yeah, we talked about that.
the gender of the baby?
All right.
Fair
Dude,
enough.
look at that old school
Yeah.
blog you got there, otherwise known as a journal.
Yeah, good one.
Josh is the new man. He's carrying
I-
around
I
he
think
calls that a
he's even stole my
moleskin.
pen.
Yeah, I
It
did.
is a
That's your
moleskin.
pen, my notebook.
He's actually
yeah.
writing things down.
The old man
For
of the
those of you
sea
who
was
are
written
on-
on a moleskin.
Those of you who are on video, Josh would come into every meeting for the last 4 years with this phone.
Yes.
And I would always do this, and it made everybody feel like he was answering email.
Which A, I was, and B, it is a great way to take notes because it syncs with your Outlook every 8 seconds or
Yeah.
whatever.
But what about all those things you forgot?
Yeah, then it doesn't work so
Here's
well.
what I
You
don't
actually have to
understand,
do it though.
That I understand that you have a new job, but what happened? What was happening in your previous job of writing things down and getting things done?
They
He
got-
had less things to write down.
Getting things done was not as important as it is now.
That's right. All of a sudden, it's very important.
Well, Josh has a new
Geometric
job.
proportions.
Josh is the
Yes.
high school pastor at Saddleback Church.
Yes,
Saddleback
And,
Valley. Interim high school pastor.
Interim.
that's true.
That's
Interim.
right.
Anybody would like to apply for the job, they can.
Please
Yes.
do. 3 days in, and I will be happy to review your resume. No, it is an exciting new day, and it's an incredible opportunity. And thanks for trusting me with it, and I'm excited.
You're,
I mean,
yeah,
it's a
you're
neat-
welcome. We
it's a neat
trust you
deal.
very much.
Well, you're the future of the church, so I feel like I owe it to tell you thanks
Yeah.
for all that.
You
So-
should say
Speaking of the
thank you.
future of the church, is there any way that, Matt, you happened to save the recording when I called you this morning?
No, I should have though.
Oh,
It
my
was so
goodness.
funny because you were driving or you were leaving a message and you're like, "Hey, just driving to the church," and and then I can't really hear anything. I'm afraid to look at you that I'm going to get my mic.
Yeah,
How's that?
our sound issues should
And,
all be fixed now with this show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you got in a car accident. And
Oh!
by
While
looking at the
talking to
new
Matt.
Saddleback Church sign.
So, Janet, it's 8:30 this morning. I'm driving to the church office, and I'm leaving a message for Matt because he called me yesterday and I didn't call him back. Driving to the church office, and to my left, there's this new sign that's coming up, Christmas at Saddleback, and I'm passing the church, that first entrance. I'm passing,
Yep.
and people are working around, and there's lights, and I'm going, gosh, that's a nice new sign,
Crud.
but I wish the fonts were bigger. I can't even...
Bam.
I ran into the medium.
Median.
Median.
Yeah.
Medium
I did that.
would be like a person.
I've
I
ran-
ran into her, too.
ran into a medium. What was she doing in the road?
Now
So I
we
ran
need somebody
into
else
the
to talk
median.
to her.
And immediately pops both of my tires on the left-hand side,
It's awful.
jacks up my rims. So luckily, I've only got like an eighth of a mile to now turn into the church because I wasn't going to stop in the street. I was going to drive the car until it blew
Tires
up. if I
And
had
it
to.
made
flopping.
it. And it made it through.
Yeah, it made, well,
And
you
made
know,
the
it's-
rims worse, I'm sure. If they were
Probably,
salvageable,
probably.
now
I
they're-
just
now
was
they're
not
toast.
going to stop in front of the church Well, all
Pastor
those guys
Doug.
were putting up the signs.
But yeah, not a chance.
Somebody
So,
cares
anyway.
too much about others, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now,
so how did you get here today?
Well, one of our interns, Allison,
Yeah.
is in Georgia, and so I'm driving her a little
No
red
Red
two-door
Honda.
sports car that says "chick" on the side.
It's got the girly
Strangely
air fresheners,
appropriate.
and It's nice.
Hey,
God works
speaking of
things out.
chick,
Wow.
we got this is going to be an odd podcast because
Already
An
figured that out.
oddcast.
because one, for the first time,
Podcast.
I did not prep.
Yeah.
First time. Wait,
The
I
first
got you
time
emails
ever?
over 3 hours ago.
I know. I had 2 lunches, which sounds like you.
That's
Oh.
familiar territory.
I had an 11 o'clock to 12:30 lunch with a youth pastor from
Excuses
Costa Mesa, and then a guy drove down from San.
Far.
Where was he from? Jan? San Luis
Forever away.
Obispo.
Yeah.
And that was from 12:30 to 2. Then Jana and I were in
You
a
met
meeting.
with 2 youth pastors today?
Yes. Don't announce that.
Well, I'm so surprised.
Wait, so if people get here,
Why?
you will
you
carve
met with
out
2
hours
youth
of your
pastors
day?
and not even returned my call yesterday.
It tells
Well,
you where his heart is.
yesterday was a rough day. Today's fine. I'm happy to be
He
here.
wrecked his car, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I just didn't.
All right.
I didn't. If you'd have got these to me yesterday, I would have
Yeah.
prepped last night.
Oh, so wait, somehow it's still my fault.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, just
So
making
what I
sure.
did
Just
before
making
the
sure.
2 o'clock meeting that Jana was in, I gave these emails to Jana's assistant.
How's the green
and I
student
asked her
center?
to sort them.
Oh, good. So she prepped the show.
But as Andy would like
Which
to
I'm
say,
not sure she's ever even listened to the show, so this should
as
be
Andy
good.
would like to say, the
can't
podcast emails are under these new products.
Oh.
Is
What
this
are they-
guy in
what are
Girl
these?
Talk?
That is.
Oh.
Small group curriculum, 10 gender
Simply
specific
youth
lessons on everyday issues for your teens face with a typo. What?
No.
Oh, that
Is
would
there
be
a typo
awesome.
on the first
No,
page?
He's
No.
got to be killing
A
you.
3-week super series by Kurt Johnson, Incredible, Jesus' Most Shocking Miracles.
Ooh,
And
shocking.
what I'm very excited about is Bible Stuff DVD, 5 weeks of small group curriculum with Kurt.
Oh, it looks
And
good.
it has Velcro.
What?
Listen.
That's nice.
Andy said it's going to be
What's-
exclusively marketed at where? Lifeway?
What's
And the
why? Is that the
videos he
title
said
of it?
are-
Bible
How do you
stuff?
like this?
Cream.
Use the discussion questions inside, and that's a blank sheet of paper. that probably could have been done a little bit better, huh?
No,
You
it's
think?
not blank. It's for your imagination.
It's,
You
it's-
write down your
yeah.
own discussion
It's
questions.
room for
and then-
infinite
If
ideas.
it's for your imagination, why do you even need artwork on the front then? Why don't we just call it Bible Stuff
Draw
DVD?
your own cover.
Blank.
Why is it called Bible stuff? That doesn't
don't
make
know.
sense to me. Is it how to read the Bible?
Because there's a series called
five
Stuff.
questions in there about the Bible.
Five.
If
So
why
like
don't
the
we call it
authority of
Tough Stuff?
Scripture, or
Stuff like that, absolutely.
well,
Yeah.
For
who
junior
knows
hires.
the content of this thing? Who? Nadeem, do you know what this thing's about? Let me see that.
PowerPlay
Nadeem,
4
our
is also
sound
brand
engineer.
new, we're already out of
Moving
stock.
on. Power Pray.
We're
4.
already out of
Play
stock.
We're
four.
already out of stock.
Okay, can I just
Wow.
pause right now and say that is my total pet peeve in all the years of Simply Youth Ministry. Total pet peeve. About the only one I really have. Don't you think, Andy? And
Oh, I'm sure
But
you've only got
technically,
one pet
You can
peeve.
still download it,
Yeah,
technically.
we
So it's
downloaded
in
over
stock.
200 copies of it in like 6 days.
So it's
Here's-
a good thing digitally it's not out of
here's
stock.
here's
'cause
my
that
pet peeve.
really
My
sucks.
pet peeve is like we would buy, 100 1-minute Bibles, and then we would sell them out in 2 days. I'm like, Andy, why didn't you buy 500?
He actually turns into an alien.
Because now what
Yeah.
happens is then people
Yeah.
people don't get it shipped to them.
Well, and then
It
but the
costs us
problem
more
with
to
that
get
question
it.
is you don't listen to the answer.
What?
It must have been the wrapping
I'm sure
contest
Bible
that
stuff
sold them
deals
all.
with
The
it
wrap
though.
off was
The
incredible.
Yeah,
wrap
yeah.
off was great.
That was
400 entries for that in like 6 hours.
all right.
That's
Nobody cares.
amazing.
Andy.
Amazing.
So simply
Could we get some more
great
intros and
resources,
outros?
This is
by the
from
way?
Campbell. Oh boy.
Hallelujah.
Is it
Christmas spirit just entered the room.
Dear PDYM podcast, I just want to say
Does that hurt a
Is
little
something
bit?
wrong with
you.
his head?
Yes, this is it.
Woo!
His head's
PDYM
flat.
podcast. PDYM podcast.
I just want to know if that hurts Andy a little bit.
because I said Dear PDYM podcast.
Uh-huh.
Instead of what? What
I
else would they
noticed-
say?
SYM.
Oh,
Even better though.
It has been a long, long time since you got a box of stuff, which is true. So here's a
Yes,
box of
it
goodies for you guys
has
to
been.
share as you do this week's podcast. I have a brush with greatness. I was a youth specialist in Atlanta when I was on the phone with a buddy of mine and saw Doug coming out of the general session. I stopped to say hi and thanks for the podcast and reminded him I was the guy who sent you a big box of swag at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Doug did his obligatory faking he remembered what I was talking about.
Oh.
But hey, he was a busy guy
I
who
don't
was not
remember
getting
that.
any younger, so I can't bust his chops too
That
much.
is the truth.
I will let Matt do that.
You gonna bust his chops?
And it says Matt insert snarky comment here. Well, here's
What
the
does
reason.
snarky
Here's the
mean
reason
again?
I was leaving.
Snarky.
Are you
Is
allowed to say swag on
We
the air?
had 1 hour between that
Oh,
and my
Atlanta,
next
yeah.
in my next
Yeah.
conference,
Oh.
and my very very dear friend Ted Lowe and brought his children down who I haven't seen in like 2 years, and we raced out for a quick lunch. So I was
There you go.
I was quick. Here's my observation. I sent you guys
basically you
my
didn't care about
package of sweatshirts and T-shirts. They were brown at the end of last year, and it was on show 39, which aired in January. It's now December, and you guys are only on show 60, 21 episodes in 11 months. What kind of work ethic are you propagating to the younger generation of youth workers?
That's a fair question. And a
I
long
guess
letter.
you get what you pay for, which is exactly true.
Yeah, that's
You
all.
get what
Yeah.
you pay for.
You guys are probably already into a sugar coma from the box and not listening to a word I'm writing, so I just end my day here. Thanks for all the work you do. Walter Serdacki, who is our
What
partner
kind of a
in
name is
ministry, and he's bald.
Oh.
And his
He's
photo-
bald and his
Oh.
head's
Because
kind of
the
cut off.
goatee used to be every youth worker. Now it's the bald.
No,
Okay.
it's he's still got goatee. It's
And
bald
he
and
sent
goatee.
some,
and
he
a
sent
goat.
some
Perfect.
cupcakes, which obviously
Yes.
the PDYM staff here has been eating.
I can't imagine
And
that
a
that's
box of
true.
Twinkies.
I saw the
Twinkies.
pregnant lady out
Let me-
there.
I'll have
the
a
hostess.
Twinkie.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
And some Skittles.
And candy.
Ooh, let me have
I'd
a
like a
Twinkie.
Twinkie
Thank
too.
you, Mr. Serdacki.
All right, so that was thank you.
What kind of
Walter.
name is Serdacki?
You know what? I wore his shirt one time,
have
and
no
someone it says the Zone on it.
Yeah.
And somebody thought it was
Can
a
you Google
Student
that?
Zone shirt.
I'm
It's
just
a-
interested in
okay.
a
nationality.
building that
it
we're
is.
building on campus, and they thought, oh, where'd you get the new Student Zone shirt? And it was actually this guy's youth ministry that I was wearing. So
Is anybody listening to Josh?
No.
you guys are eating.
I just can't believe you guys are really going to eat this. Wait, your microphones are on. Oh my gosh.
I'd rather have a Twinkie. You want?
Oh, that's upside down.
You are too slow.
Oh.
so hard.
Sorry. Anytime I hurt you, I feel bad.
Oh my god.
You threw my arm out.
Yeah, I deserve it.
We
That
got a
was mean.
Twinkie fight going now. Hey Andy, you want
Oh,
one?
I'm
here, you
sorry.
want one?
Andy's like
Here,
on a mountain
Nadeem,
bike
here.
tonight or something.
That's like
so-
how hard I would have hit if
Sugar.
you were Guttridge.
Don't do that stuff.
Okay.
You don't do that stuff. Too many carbs.
Can we pause the podcast? Andy,
Oh.
can you stop it just for a second?
3 Twinkies.
So we can eat? Yeah.
No, just keep
Stop it.
talking.
No.
Motor through it. Motor through
Let's
it.
pause it. We'll be back.
Oh, goodness.
3, 2, 1, and...
Oh, welcome back.
Hey, everybody. Back from our first pause ever.
Do I have chocolate in my teeth?
Lots
Oh,
of
a
chocolate.
little
in your
bit.
teeth.
But
Actually,
we
it's
did-
all stuck on your
We
nose.
did eat
stud.
all the... the Twinkie box is done, isn't
Gone.
it, Anna?
Empty.
I
I had
still don't
two.
know why,
Trash
Janet.
only.
I
Me
still
too.
don't know why
At
you have a
least
nose
two.
ring.
How many did you have?
One.
One?
One.
I had 2,
And a
3.
cupcake.
No, I only had a cupcake.
Oh,
How many did you have?
2.
2?
2 Twinkies and a cupcake?
I only
No,
had
he stole
three.
the cupcake.
3.
Wait,
Did
how
you
many
have
are in the box?
Twinkies?
Throw it back.
I had 3 Twinkies.
There are 10 in this package.
he's mountain
so let's
biking
add 'em
tonight.
up. Nadeem had one. the
Nadeem
sound
had
engineer.
one.
All right, here's the only thing we decided. Sound engineer.
I know. Well,
Sounds so
the,
official.
the sound
Nadeem.
quality is incredible.
We
guys.
did-
You're the one that
Don't
gave him
blame it
that-
on Nadeem.
You're the one that gave him that title when he
We
first came on.
did decide that if you want to stop listening right now, it'd probably be good because
Yeah. Merry
since
Christmas.
Josh didn't get me the emails in time, and I still have good questions. We got a lot of emails from the last week.
Over 3
Oh,
hours
there's a
in
bus.
advance.
I
That
guess
is
I'll
some
throw
kind of a
Josh
record.
underneath it.
Podcast. Well, now that you have a real job,
I feel like
you'll
the
notice.
median.
Oh,
You'll
the
notice
real
that-
job
I
thing
feel
is
like a
killing
median.
me.
You just ran your car over the median, and I am that median right now.
No, the three hours,
You're
you'll find that
medium.
you can take that up and like stuff to do.
Oh, really? It's crazy the amount of work you
So
get done
what we
in a day.
decided is we're just going to read through the emails.
All right.
But it doesn't look, just perusing, it doesn't look like we got a lot of questions.
Just doing some window shopping.
and since
Don't.
I left my file at
In the
home-
back seat of the crashed car.
Oh, maybe that's where it is.
Let's say that because it's a better story.
Wow.
Anyhow,
Well, I
so.
looked for it on the way out of the office.
Wow, do not
Oh,
breathe
no,
on me right
no,
now.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Wait, I
This
gotta
is from Phil Riebel.
Fruity water.
The Regal Beagle.
Please don't adjust Matt's mic for him on episode 62. What
Don't?
episode are we?
63.
Does
Okay,
it really
and we
matter?
should- encourage
Andy, how
people.
come it's not on the board?
Youth ministry friends,
Yeah.
we always say just enough youth ministry so you don't feel guilty for listening.
And by always mean once every 10th episode.
Today you should feel guilty.
Today,
No,
turn it
here's
off.
the deal. We're saying, I'm telling you,
Fair.
I'm encouraging you right now, you don't want to listen to the rest of the podcast. Okay,
We
so
should
I
do a
encourage you.
giveaway at the end.
And we should
Just for
say
the
that
one
this is mostly
straggler.
to relieve Doug's guilt for not answering any questions.
or
Well,
prepping the show.
Yeah, or
And
prepping the
ruining
show.
his car.
Yeah, but we're telling people early on. We're telling people early on.
Early on,
It's-
they've already
it's-
listened for 20 minutes of nothing.
No, they haven't.
haven't
It's
got
been
to-
like 12 minutes.
I can't wait till we can record straight to disc and go on forever.
Oh, brother.
We'll just stream it live
resign.
permanently.
I
It just
resign.
feels like there's just I'm too punchy. I don't know
We're
the questions.
sugar high from Twinkies.
Well, I'm just saying, don't stop listening.
Well, don't
right
let-
now. We're gonna record.
If you want to
But
intern
stop
at
listening.
Saddleback, come intern. We're looking for a couple
We're
of the
looking for
regionals.
interns.
We're looking for somebody who could get me the emails a little quicker.
That should be an intern's
We're at
job.
podcast at
It would be
simplyouthministry.com.
great youth
On
ministry.
For
episode-
Simply Youth Ministry.
On episode 62, Doug tried to move Matt's mic closer, stating it was too far away. After listening to the next 15 minutes, I was convinced that Matt was the most dedicated podcast person ever, coming in to do the podcast, even though he was evidently on life support and a respirator.
Hey, sometimes when you're
That's
fat, you breathe
amazing.
heavy.
All I could hear was the machine steadily providing his oxygen. I was shocked when I get home to watch the podcast and found out he wasn't hooked up to a
A
machine,
ventilator.
but I was just hearing his breathing.
Oh,
So
that he
please,
walked up
from
a
now
set of
on,
staircase.
leave the mic where it is. Oh, Phil, that is a great email. Now, when I'm by myself, like a Wiener Schnitzel, prepping these, I typically do this.
When you prep.
That's funny, and I write funny on there.
Oh, that's good.
That's typically
And
what I do.
so,
I'm reading that for the
You
first
could
time.
put LOL.
Jim Clark, you guys rock.
TFL. Holding on.
Sit me
Yeah.
in for the podcast. I've got chemistry for it. Pick me, pick me. That goes.
Ooh.
Now we got number 2
Okay.
to Jason Underwood.
Matt, do you know if you're coming
Yeah,
to
any
the
update
group
yet?
conference? Are
You
you
know-
in?
Are you coming to the group
Live
conference?
podcast from the conference. Matt McGill.
February
I don't think so.
21st and
We should call it
22nd.
You don't
sitting
think you're
in Matt's
coming?
seat.
I don't think I'm coming because I think Misha's going to be gone.
Walking in Matt's
We don't
shoes.
know yet for sure.
Bring
We
the
don't know.
boys.
But we actually made some calls last night to see if some people would be interested in being a nanny.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for the event or permanently?
For the-
or
Well,
what?
while
weeks that she's
Misha's
gone.
gone.
That's
so,
a great idea.
Yeah, because
Mary
either that or
Poppins.
Brazel's going to be over there every day.
I'll
Yeah.
come over, dude. I'm over.
He will totally watch your kid for 4 days.
All right. This is from David Odell from Seattle.
Stop
He
it.
says, some feedback on the last show regarding the conversation on speaking to parents about parenting issues. A person does not have to have personally experienced something in order to speak truth about it.
Oh
Take
my
Matt-
goodness.
Take Matt, for example. He has something to
Tell me, just go ahead and tell me where I'm wrong. Instead of making a blanket comment right there, refer to something I actually say.
The challenge has been issued. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Josh, just wanted to wish you and the rest of the SYM/PDYM team a very Merry
Everybody's a
Christmas.
hater.
Thanks again for all you do. Looking back over this year, one of the highlights was sitting in on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know, slow year. Not really. Thanks for everything. I will plan on seeing you guys in February in Cincinnati. Let's do Outback on me. Once again, very
Oh,
Hello.
Yeepa.
Yeah.
Who is
that
this
was
again?
Blair Benefield.
Yes.
Somebody sat in
You're
on the
always
podcast?
welcome.
no.
It's been a year. It's been 11 months since he was
Somebody
here.
sat in on the podcast? Was he
Yeah.
the guy that was in the corner?
Don't. Well, you were
Yeah,
intimidated, don't you remember?
Yeah,
you said I
he-
couldn't be myself
He
because we had a
threw
guy
off your
sitting.
mojo.
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah, I don't know if intimidated
is
was
from-
the
Why
right-
did you
uh,
get the thank you letter? though?
Michael
I don't
Wilson.
know.
Well,
That-
I don't
That
know.
was very nice. I will
Because
take you up on Outback.
I think people know that podcast at Simply Youth Ministry goes to Josh. He prints them out late and gets them to me late.
Okay.
Merry
Because
Christmas,
if they went straight
Blair.
to field, nothing
So I
that
used
would
to have this great online community for support. You know, someplace that I could go for wisdom, Doug, humor, Matt, and to hear the wisdom reinstated. Josh, now I have nothing. Jana, no. I just threw that.
Oh, what is your Christmas wish?
Don't you guys and girl know that youth pastors do not live on pizza alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth and Doug and friends, Michael.
Oh, that is very
This is from
Lame.
Nick
cheesy.
Wittenhall.
Hi,
Why-
Nick.
Oh golly!
Why
What
did
is
he-
happening?
He is spreading
He-
some Christmas
first
cheer.
off,
Matt just snot rocketed into the box
and
of
he's
Twinkies.
had gas since we ate those Twinkies.
But
so
Jana, nobody here heard that.
yeah.
Yeah,
oh.
We
facial
all did.
expressions.
Not mine. I kept going. I was.
You're solid. You're
Well,
right.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
so
right.
used
You
to it.
guys have never farted before. Jana.
Nick Wittenhall
You're
says,
pregnant, for
"Hey,
goodness
why
sakes."
did the audio podcast cut out mid-sentence at 27:37?
Oh.
I'm left high and dry. What happened to that? We got a
Techie-
few of
Satan?
those.
Techie error. Satan tried to prevail against us. Yeah, we won. Sorry about that. Just resubscribe and it'll download fine. So,
Resubscribe.
sorry.
Chad Pineyat from Elm Grove Baptist Church in Eudora, Kansas says, I was one of your viewers who would criticize the rampant inconsistency of your podcast, but now that I have been delegated the task of podcasting my youth pastor sermons on iTunes, I understand how difficult and stressful it can be.
See?
I will never grumble about a late podcast or poor video quality or ear-damaging squawks again. I hope you'll have Andy and Nadeem on the show sometime. That would be awesome. Doubtful.
Andy's right here. There he is.
Um,
Nadeem's on the
Nadeem
phone. He's
doesn't
like,
know
what?
what's
Are we doing a
happening,
show right
huh?
now? Sounds perfect,
okay.
guys.
Anything that looks like
Sorry,
a
honey.
question, I'm saving it.
For next week to be in your ruined car?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Matt,
Matt, what do you want for Christmas?
This is from Jeff Berg.
I don't know.
Nothing?
I'm happy to say I just got back from a trip out to LA this past week and was finally able to partake of the famous burger. Now read
What?
all of this. Though I did enjoy the special sauce and the fact that there was a secret menu, it still cannot compete with Oklahoma's best, Brahms Burgers, Fries, and Malt.
Wow.
Now
is he
Brahms
talking
doesn't.
about?
There's
he
nothing
went to
good in
He
In-N-Out.
went to In-N-Out,
Oklahoma.
and he's saying In-N-Out isn't as good as Brahms.
Allison, who read these emails and tried to
Yes.
highlight and give us some direction, says loves In-N-Out. Tried it for the first time recently. Tried to be funny in writing, but wasn't.
Allison's good. She
Yeah,
knows what's
she's
up.
funnier than
Okay,
you think.
you know we got a
Wow,
couple.
all right.
This is a long email, but
It's a
I'll read
legitimate
it.
question?
No. Well,
Oh.
I'm sure it is, but we're not going to do legitimate questions.
sorry
But this
about
is
that.
remember we last time we were together we said, what are some people saying about teaching your own material or teaching somebody else's material?
Oh.
So we got two of those so far. Here's
Wow.
my attempt to lock up a podcast appearance in February. You can view it at
YouTube.com.
youtube.com/watch?V equals XHQJ6IF. Sincerely, Jason Underwood.
Let's
Underwood.
watch it. Can you pull it
Oh,
up?
he's on my. He plays Xbox. He's
Does
on
he?
our Xbox.
Yeah, really?
list.
Okay, well, he
Hey,
goes
House
to the
of
list.
Fern.
Can we watch it? Andy, pull it up right now. We watch it live on the show.
What?
Here, pull
Yeah.
it because he wants to be in Matt's seat for the group podcast.
Okay.
Here, give him the link.
On the show?
It's just on YouTube. Just look it up. Hey, give him the link. Give him the link.
This is anonymous from
You're
South
so confused right now.
South
He's got thorough
Africa. Anonymous from South Africa.
That's
Hi,
like
Doug,
one of
Jana,
4
Josh,
people.
and Matt, and Andy. I love your show and don't miss it. You all give us, the rest of the world, a great image of American sarcasm that doesn't work anywhere else.
We
It's
try to
awesome.
please.
That's not true.
Doesn't work. Isn't it the international language?
I didn't
It
know.
is.
Are we sarcastic?
I don't know. I guess so.
You know, Americans also known for being sensitive.
And loud
Anyway,
and
that's-
dropping bombs.
He
on
actually
people.
has a question, so we'll save that.
Okay.
Next week.
Do not mention my name. Okay, we won't read your
Okay.
question either.
Sorry about that,
It's a
Bill.
Question.
Well, since you're just,
No,
let me
these
at
are all
least
questions.
entertain myself here.
No.
So he's gonna flip through 2
'Cause
more
the
pages
show's
and
not
then it's gonna be like,
entertaining.
okay, the end.
Okay, question,
Well, the conversation
question.
is
These are all
definitely
questions.
a lull.
All right.
So we've told people to sign off.
Wait,
No,
and
we
now
can still do some questions. People aren't signing off.
we actually tell people every week not to listen to the show. I think.
Yeah,
So we're fine.
just do a couple questions.
How is it over there, Andy?
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
He's a future podcast superstar.
Is that what he's titled?
Oh, we gotta watch this
Future
live.
podcast superstar. Come
Let's
here, put
watch
it,
this.
Put it up here.
Chris will put this on the link section of the show so you can watch it too. And
Here we go.
here it is.
We're watching
Okay.
it in the non-show.
And you should
Okay,
know-
first of all, let's pause and comment. He's I'm gonna put him at 28 years old. He's got, it looks like as much forehead as me, but that's not possible.
He has way more hair than you.
Really?
He,
You're
It's just
oh, a
pause.
TIE fighter, or is that a TIE?
Oh, it is. It's Darth Vader's time.
Yeah,
He's got,
that's not a
it's
regular
Jason
TIE
Underwood,
fighter.
and he's got a little title, Future Podcast Superstar, and it's 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Okay, I'm voting for Jason already.
So far, much better than the emails.
What?
Okay, here we go.
Underwood, the front runner to sit in with you in Cincinnati at the podcast. I'm also the youth pastor here at Turner Room Wheel Baptist in Garner, North Carolina.
Wait,
Thank
pause
you
it,
all
Matt.
for
Pause it.
Putting me at the front
First
of
of
the
all,
list.
You can't be on it because
He's-
your accent is
Wait,
so
he
big.
is this guy.
he's got to get the marbles out of his mouth.
He is this guy.
I'm the youth bathroom. I'm the youth bathroom. He's got to articulate a little more, don't you think?
Well,
You
based
can't-
on the articulation on this show,
I couldn't understand. What you were saying.
delicious.
Let's back
I
it
think
up
we're
again.
fine.
All right, here we go. Keep moving.
Okay, so he is our
This-
front runner.
This crappy
is the front runner.
Macintosh. He wants to back it up.
Oh boy, this is a minute video. We're gonna
Oh,
stretch
here we go.
wild.
Hey guys, how you doing? Jason Underwood, the front runner to sit in with you in Cincinnati
True.
at the podcast.
He is the
Not a
front
I'm
runner.
also the
sexy
youth
voice.
pastor here at Turner Room Wheel Baptist in Garner, North Carolina.
Wow.
Well, thank you all for putting me at the front of the list. Wanted to give people a chance to send their videos in. that or I was busy wet wiping myself or whatever it was Matt was talking about last week. Anyway, here's my video.
Brazen
I hope
told
this
that story.
kind of locks things up for me. Josh, right here you'll see my Dave Dorman autographed picture of Darth Vader.
Oh, that's
Hope you're
cool.
jealous.
Look, he's
Matt,
filming it
this is
himself.
being made
That's
on a
awesome.
Mac. I hope that doesn't bother you too bad. A little concerned about the fact you all haven't gotten too many videos. That means one of a couple things. One is you guys aren't nearly as good as I think you are, and I've wasted a heck of a lot of time and money in the podcast and on your resources. The other thing it might mean is that there's some lazy youth pastors who don't appreciate you quite like I do. Either way, however it works out, I'm hoping that this thing locks me up because I can't wait to see you guys in Cincinnati in February. Thanks.
Okay,
Nice.
he's the front runner.
All right.
He is the front
I
runner.
think we could
Hey, guys,
something
how you
with
doing?
music might be nice.
Well,
And
here's
you could
here's
do
the
some-
deal.
You could beat that.
Jason Underwood.
Number
I'm
one?
saying, well, I already wrote it. Front runner, same guy
Okay.
that we've had on
There
the
you
wall.
No, you don't
So,
need music.
Jim
It's all
Clark.
personality.
Jim Clark. Jim Clark hasn't sent one in yet,
He
but he
needs a
says,
video, yeah.
"Sit me in for the podcast. I got chemistry. Pick me." Jason not only looks
Yeah.
like he has potential chemistry if he talks a little slower and articulates.
No, you
But-
can't say articulate. That is called an accent.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
can't
racist.
penalize someone for an accent.
It wasn't an accent. Could you understand what
It was
what he saying?
redneck.
I did miss a sentence. I will admit.
But he had some what people couldn't see if they were hearing it. He put
Some
on
subtitles?
shameless plug, things like that. It was well done.
Guys, Andy just got a new email. I don't know if you realized that. Or
It's gotten like 3 in the last.
It was like a
Hey, you
doorbell
guys,
sounding.
I say we're done. I
That's
say we're
the
done.
show?
That's the show.
Merry Christmas!
Okay, here's one.
There you go. We're not fighting you on this. Is that bad? That we're like, oh, yeah, let's go.
This is from Alan
Wait,
Mailbox.
we're done. We're
One.
done. We're gonna read an
See
email.
everybody.
though.
Here's another email.
I just recently purchased a copy of the 1 Minute Bible for Students,
Alright.
and I noticed that all the scripture is from the Holman Christian Standard Bible. I have
Yes.
never heard of it before. What was the motive behind going with that translation for this book?
So they could sell that translation.
Yeah,
It's a
they're the
new
publisher of the book,
translation.
aren't they?
It's a brand new translation from Lifeway
Holman.
Publishing.
From Holman.
From
And
Holman.
here's what they've said about it. I actually went in when they redid it and in that when they redid it in that translation.
happening?
I thought to myself, I'm not going to like this translation, being honest, because I love the New Living.
Yeah, I love the new movie.
And I read, because here's what they said. It has the accuracy of the NASB and the readability of the NIV. This is when they were selling me on it. And I was like, well, I will see.
I will be the judge of that.
Actually, we both
I have
saw
a
it.
Bible.
You and I both
Oh, that's
read
right.
it.
We were
Yeah.
there. And Matt and I both read it, and I liked it. What did you think?
I liked it too.
You read through a selection.
I read
of
through
various
several
passages?
sections.
Yeah.
They
They
gave us
were
the whole Bible,
spot
which
on.
I'm sure I still have somewhere.
No, I
cool.
I thought it was a lot better than I thought. It's very easy to read, and it's good.
So it's new and a little bit uncommon, but it's solid.
Yeah.
So,
but he says,
sorry
I
you
work
haven't
in a
heard of it,
church.
but it's
There
good.
is a strong King James version and the new international version. My question is, am I going to cause some issues by giving my students these books
Probably.
and their parents have an issue with the translation? Here would be my answer, is that,
Are any of your parents smarter than the people at Chrisman Holdman? I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, that would be Matt's answer.
Insert.
But
no.
since I always follow Matt, since he carries the show, I would say that you're going to get in issues if your kids are already reading the Bible. The chances are 80% of your kids aren't reading the Bible, so the parents should probably sit down and bow down and call you blessed for getting their kids to read the Bible.
even if it is a
Yeah, 'cause
version
that's
a
not a
little
slap in the
different than they
face
might be
either.
used to.
What's that?
Hey, parents, if you were doing your jobs and your kids were reading the Bible anyhow, we wouldn't have this problem.
Well, that's true, don't you think?
I think it is true. That's the way I would like to say it.
Therefore,
Are there good resources that I can read about this translation? Absolutely. Go on the website of Lifeway Publishing, and they have reviews of that. The first thoughts of
They're
the
all
book are really
glowing.
good, but if the translation that they are reading in the 1 Minute Bible is not the same as the personal Bibles, does this pose an issue?
We
No, I don't
promise
think
Doug
so.
will prep the show
No.
Yeah. What's that?
next
Did you
time.
mention that's still on
Are they
sale?
still
The
on
1
sale
Minute
in
Bibles
December
are
for
on
$1.99?
sale till December
December
31st for only $9.99.
And I promise next time I will prep the show.
Throw in free
I will
shipping.
Prep the
Throw
show.
it in.
Wow, let's not do that.
Because they're so heavy, I knew that you wouldn't let it go.
All right, the shortest show of the year, the
the
non-prep
pause.
show of the year, with a pause,
So
with food,
Twinkies,
with a crash story,
box,
with
YouTube
Matt
video.
having major gas, with Josh having a new job, with Jana being
And finally a
pregnant,
to-do list.
And a to-do list.
and
my
we will
moleskin.
start 2008 with a prep show.
Yes, a
Send
lot
your
of promises.
questions, your comments, or your attempts at humor
All
at
quippy.
podcast at Simply Youth Ministry.
Quippy and pithy.
.com. All right.
And
Happy
Andy,
holidays.
anything else?
Merry
I want to
Christmas.
say I was honored last week. That was very fun to listen to.
Andy was honored.
Oh.
In, what episode was that? 62.
As-
Andy,
did we
I meant
each
to
talk
call
about,
you and warn you.
We
There
each
is
talked
a-
about.
Oh.
Very nice.
Was that the one where we each talked about something we liked about you?
Yeah, that was it.
Rise up and call you blessed.
How'd you feel?
I felt very honored.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's fun.
it takes
Fun to be
7
honored by
affirming
your
words
It
to
is.
And
counteract
us.
one
Was it
negative
honoring?
praise.
Was it honoring?
It was.
Okay.
That was
until
some
until Matt
South
told the
American
embarrassing
sarcasm.
story.
Now, what was the story? Okay,
More
let's.
embarrassing for you.
If
Oh,
somebody
that
is
was
still
the best.
listening, which I kind of hope they're not,
No way.
what was in 62? Did we fix the audio problem?
Yeah, I think it was just something happened with the capture, and it captured 2 projects,
Oh,
and so it broke the audio up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unintentionally.
You know what? I was gonna say this place is so cheap, but I did see that.
your place. You keep saying it's cheap.
I know that's.
Yeah, he's cheap.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Cheap, cheap.
What was I gonna say? Oh, but the video on the website of you guys having the rapping contest.
Yeah.
Very funny. Yeah.
Natalie edits those too. All our stuff.
Yeah, it's always amazing. The days I'm not in, they make fun videos.
Did you see the one, the tour of the office and all that stuff too?
Like
It's a
2
great
years ago.
picture.
No, we just did it. We did it here.
Yeah, did it. Oh, top 500.
Oh, it was only to the top 500 customers, a special video we gave to them.
Oh.
If you didn't get that, sorry.
Step it up.
Step it up. Look at Andy. Order more Bibles.
Rick Lawrence is calling. Hey, Rick.
Oh, can
Oh,
we
put him on
please say
speaker.
goodbye? I'm
Rick,
taking
hey,
my
we're gonna
phone
put you on
off.
speakerphone. Hang on just a second, okay? Hang on.
Well, here we go. Rick Lawrence.
Okay, everybody. Rick Lawrence, editor of Group Magazine. Hey, Rick.
Who am I talking to? Is it a kindergarten class or something more than that?
It's you're talking to kindergarten people here, but we're finishing a podcast that really didn't happen.
Oh,
Does that make
sounds intriguing.
well?
No, it makes no sense at all, but I like the mystery of it.
Okay, well here's the deal. We started a podcast and somebody sent us Twinkies, and we got really excited and we ate all the Twinkies, and we have a bunch of questions, but Josh didn't prep the show, so we decided to cut it short, kind of do a Christmas special.
But now it's getting to be the longest one
Now
ever.
you have a dull Twinkie look in your face, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Sugar Rush.
So we decided to not do a show, and we told people to stop listening. But now that we've got Rick Lawrence, editor of Group Magazine, how's the new design looking?
It looks fabulous.
Does it?
We got some tweaks to make to fix stuff, but
Has the January, February issue gone out in the mail yet?
it's probably in the mail right now. So, and I told Sherry, our assistant, to send you multiple copies. So I think she
Good.
did that yesterday.
I can't wait to see it. The stuff I've seen looks awesome.
We have a freebie.
Yeah,
on
you know what? As long as I have you and everyone else as a captive audience,
Yep.
I have this idea. So,
Okay.
you know how you scribbled your stuff on the contributors page?
Yep.
That most people on my team thought it was too much.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. And Tim liked it.
Yeah.
But here's my idea. I met with Greg Steer last week, and what would you think if we had a different Fellowship of the Heart person every issue be like the crasher for that issue? So they just get the issue in advance.
Yeah.
They scribble stuff throughout the magazine, and it's not a guest editor; it's a guest crasher.
A
And
guest
they
scribbler.
can write with that.
It's a guest scribbler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fun idea. I'd like to see what you actually did of mine, though, because if you liked it,
We left everything in.
well, see, you're the editor. You've been the editor for 20 years. You'd think that would work. That's good. The other people that didn't like it, they're probably going to be gone
well,
soon
you know
anyway,
what?
aren't they?
I'm just in my own dweeby way. I think I'm just hipper than all of them.
Oh, totally, totally.
Dweeb
In a
and
dweeby
hipper
type
in the
way.
same sentence.
Hey, Nadine,
How is
can
that
you hear
possible?
Rick on the phone? Okay. All right. Well, hey, why don't you do this for us, Rick? We need to end this podcast. Would you bring the year 2007 to a close with a youth ministry nugget?
A youth ministry nugget.
Yeah. Okay. Editor of Group Magazine, the most widely read youth ministry magazine in the world. Here is the nugget.
pick your friends wisely because they make you look much better than you are.
Now I no wonder why
Write
it's
that
Doug
one
and
down.
Friends
Yeah.
on the podcast.
It all
That's
makes
why
sense.
the podcast is called Doug and Friends, right there, just for that.
Exactly right, yeah.
All right, Rick. Hey, listen. Let me call you back. We got to sign off here, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Nice
All right.
knowing you. Bye,
Talk
Rick.
to you later.
Bye.
So if you want 3 free issues of Group
What was he
Magazine,
talking about? I didn't hear
go
one
to
word he
freebies
said.
and click
Yeah.
on
What
Christmas
was he talking
freebies.
about?
It looked like you were
I
paying
think-
attention.
Seriously.
What's free, Andy?
Why is your
get
voice
three
cracking?
free issues of Group Magazine by going to the Simply Youth Ministry freebie section under Christmas.
Like the same.
Same magazine they pay for.
So the new redesigned one, you can try it out for 3.
You can get it for free.
This
Here.
feels like this was scripted, but it's
It's
totally
not.
not.
Why does
It's
it?
not.
It just feels
I don't
really
even
funny.
get it. It can't be
Oh,
scripted.
oh, Rick
All right,
just called.
Matt, you done?
I'm done. I'm standing up just
Jana?
to kind of
I've
stretch
already
out.
tried to take off my microphone. Yes.
All right, Josh.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday.
Thank you. God bless you. See you in 2008.
God bless you, Mary.
The week of what, Andy? The week of?
The 3rd.
No, I'm not. I'm out of town unless you guys want to do it. I'm out of town until the 6th.
Oh, that could be fun.
Oh.
Okay, the 10th.
See you in mid-January.
All right.